Thanks, Chris, Brian, whatever your name is, but thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to be with you. I am pleased to be able to say hello, but really the regret is that I haven't been able to spend the day because, like the governor, it's this type of innovation, the discussion that goes around about all the cool things that are happening in this state. And I don't know whether cool is the right word. I'd probably look to these young people here that are shadowing the governor today to make sure that my language is appropriate. But it's the fun stuff that goes on. It is the dynamic, evolutionary, really game-changing stuff that is happening. And it's happening in this state. And Governor, I love your enthusiasm. When you get enthusiastic, you talk really fast, like you're selling something. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to be selling the ingenuity, the innovation, the pioneering that's going on here in this state. Because people around the country and people around the world are looking at Alaska. They've always looked at us. Sometimes, we've been that distant, pioneering, cold place that they can just imagine. But they're looking at us differently nowadays. There's a lot of focus on the Arctic. My friend Larry down here at the UAF and all that's going on within the university to focus on the opportunities that we have up in the Arctic. But think about that space as a way to truly be pioneering and innovating in spaces that we haven't had an opportunity before. As I was walking in, I was talking with, I think his name is Ben Kelly. He's got Droneovators, or I don't know, it's the drone technology, and we're talking about how you move beyond line of sight. Where else in the country can you safely be doing the training and kind of the breakthrough that we're seeing outside of a place like Alaska? So when we think about our state as this landscape, as this venue for every pilot project out there, we should be excited. My world has a tendency to focus around energy and ways that we can reduce our energy costs, ways that we can reduce our emissions, ways that we can be cleaner, more efficient, just more pioneering in that sense. And I tell you, when you come from a state where you have some of the highest energy costs, when your cost to move things around is higher than anywhere else in the country, if you can make things pencil out here, they can pencil out just about anywhere else. And so we can be that place of exploration. And when we think about how Alaska is pioneering with microgrids and microgrid technology and the developments that are coming around, the Department of Energy just laid down a very significant grant to the community of Cordova, highlighting what they're doing in the microgrid space. When Puerto Rico was hit by the two terrible hurricanes that they faced last year, the world was looking at their energy system, their energy infrastructure, saying, how do you make it more resilient? Alaskans are raising their hand and saying, we're islanded too. We understand how microgrids can give you a level of resiliency and adaptability in the face of disaster. Let us be your experts. And people in Puerto Rico, people in the U.S. Virgin Islands are looking at us and learning from us. We are the go-to place when it comes to microgrids. We have more microgrids in application, in process here in the state of Alaska than we do anywhere else in the world. We're doing it here. And it doesn't necessarily make the news because what we're doing is we're just finding ways to live a little bit less expensively, a little more efficiently, and just using our smarts. And sometimes our smarts mean taking some duct tape and a little bit of wire or whatever and figuring things out. You go out to some of the villages in the Southwest, Kaniganak. You go in, they've got They have a small little microgrid, but you go into this house, it's not even the size of a small garage. And you walk in, and it's like Costco racks. And stacked in the Costco racks are Chevy Volt batteries. And from the 3 wind turbines that they have, this is how they're basically providing for storage. And, you know, they didn't have a lot of federal money, they didn't have a lot of state money, they didn't have a lot of tribal money, but they figured it out because their diesel costs were driving that community to a point where they were no longer going to be sustainable. So we're saying, let us be the pioneers. Look at what's going on here in Juneau with electric vehicles. You know, we had a field hearing of the Energy Committee a couple weeks ago. I know I'm going beyond my 3 to 5 minutes. I too must have thought it was 35, but I'm at the Washington Auto Show. We had a field hearing there to focus on the technologies in vehicles and what is new and what's exciting. And it was so great to be able to talk to those dealers there and say, hey, we're really excited about what is going on in Juneau and how we get more electric vehicles into your little market here, because we hit a hiccup, talked with one of the dealers here, and got the right people connected to the right folks, and now we've got more coming in. And it's not just Juneau. Gustavus, we've been trying to get the National Park Service tied into their small hydro there. Now we find out that we've got so many electric vehicles in Gustavus that we're not sure that when we do this tie-in, that we've got enough energy because we've got so much electricity use coming from these EVs. So our little islanded communities, you are like the best when it comes to a training ground, a proving ground. It's exciting. I wish I was doing what you're doing, because this is an area of such positivity, I don't know if that's a word, of such optimism and a positive direction for our state, a positive direction really for our country. And when you set the example through the innovation, the ingenuity, and just stretching your mind, stretching your brains every day, we should all be excited about that. So congratulations to you all. Thank you for your work. I apologize that I have talked too long, but I'm just getting in practice for my ledge speech tomorrow. So thanks for the opportunity to be with you today.